Click on the army. Meanwhile, over here, the occupation of Macedonia continues. In fact, let's just... Come on. Look away. There we go. I just wanted to see everything. So Macedonian troops continuing to flood in. Roman troops, 14,000. 28,000. There's another 17 down there. I mean, it really depends on who can concentrate the biggest forces the quickest. This has basically gone from a war of attrition to a war of maneuver. Because if Rome is able to keep their armies concentrated, then they'll be able to fend off these attacks. If they keep separated, like they are right now, then I reckon Macedon can bring it back. If they counterattack in a decent time. Hey, Game Capster, Mauryan Civil War. Oh, they avoided it. I mean, I know Bactria has been trying to get that civil war to fire for a long freaking time. A very, very long time. So, Thrace fighting Asakos, one of the minions. Carthage is at war, but only versus AI. Bah. Who is Carthage fighting? To go over to Carthage to have a look at that. Carthage is currently at war with Mastia, Contestani, Oritania, and O Fortuna. I'm not going to go any further, otherwise I'll get demonetized. Interesting tidbit about Thrace thought they were still allied to Macedon, but the rehost killed it and he forgot to check. Oh! Yeah, that's the problem with the rehost thing at the moment, is that it breaks alliances and it can really screw up the diplomacy. I mean, it shakes things up. I doubt that Rome would have declared war on Macedon had they not been allied. But this Thrace versus Phrygia probably still would. But actually, no, maybe not. Because this has definitely drained Rome's resources. And because Rome is so drained, Thrace probably feels emboldened, able to go after other stuff. How's the war score? It is currently minus 26 for Phrygia. Oh no, that's Panoromia. That's Phrygia. Are you still, like, a puppet or something? No. Okay, so the war score for this is only minus 5. It's a show superiority, so it's actually effectively no CB war. And it's decided entirely by battles. And currently it's 1-3. So Phrygia needs to be careful about which battles it chooses to fight, because it's going to want to get the war score from those successful fights. The other thing I want to double check is how many ships they have. Ooh, Phrygia's up to 50 now, to Thrace's 54. However, Phrygia needs to bear in mind that Thrace's military tech is so much better, which means that their naval morale is going to be so much better. So they're going to need to outnumber this substantially. Probably 80 ships, I would assume, would do it. Something like that. Okay, so another attack. This time Phrygia's envelopment is beating the phalanx, obviously learning from each other as they're fighting. Phrygia's got double the number of troops. They're coming in with heavy infantry, light cavalry, light infantry, and then a bunch of archers. The archers to take out the light infantry and the enemy archers, while the heavy infantry basically hold the line. One other thing I did want to double check is to see why the primary and secondary cohorts matter. Like, why do you want your archers in the middle? Is Ben streaming? Yeah, all of us are. So here comes another Thracian army marching into this. They'll kill that unit easily enough. Phrygia backing off, taking attrition in the process though, which is not good for them. And if Phrygia is not careful, they're going to get cut off. Okay, I think Thrace actually made a mistake. They probably wanted to move to Kael'Pekue so that they could move here and then cut them off, although that's a lot of Thracian reinforcements coming in. these two join together, especially in a surprise fight against one of these guys, like I would have them move, because your allies are very likely to jump in. And I suspect that Thrace doesn't know about this. Yeah, move, move, move. Make sure you... Yeah, you're definitely going to reach that. So this is going to be 50,000 versus 16,000 versus 24,000. So the Phrygians outnumber Thrace 2-1. So I would have to say that the Phrygians are able to concentrate their forces for a battle far more effectively. They are still suffering the morale deficit. 3 to 3. Well, 3 to 5, really. 11,000 heavy infantry. Let's have a look at the archers. So archers, die roll, land modifiers, base damage. Attacking 11th archers, killing 10, inflicting morale damage. Oh, I see. So this is archers versus archers. So if we had something in the middle which counters archers, then that would be more effective. So there's a lot of rock, paper, scissors going on here. Phrygians outnumber them 4-1. They're inflicting some serious casualties. This is rather more one-sided than it looks because of the morale. Like the number of losses that Thrace is losing here, I would run away. Like you have nothing to gain from this fight. Just leave. Hey, Jackson, thank you very much for the donation. I appreciate that. Loving the stream, been watching almost all day. Keep it up. I'm going to try and keep it up for another hour or so, but my voice is definitely starting to hurt a bit. 18,000 casualties inflicted, and they lost 8. That's 10,000 casualties more. A couple more victories like that, and Thrace is going to lose. I thought that was a Phrygian victory. Never mind. The joke didn't quite work. It wasn't an Pyrrhic victory. It was a slaughter. Meanwhile, the ships. The secret weapon, 66 to 54. Like I said, 80. 80, I reckon, is the magic number. Although, they're only building another 5. So they're going to try and do this with 71 to 54. I'm not convinced that's enough. Like, I don't have as good an eye on the balance in this as I would in, say, EU4, where I can guess with pretty good accuracy who would win in a naval battle, simply because I just know the weight of the different units so well. In this, it's going to be far more difficult to call, because I definitely don't have my head in yet. Ben is not live at the moment. Ben's having network issues. Oh, okay. Well, apparently he's not streaming. Thrace should have changed away from Phalanx. I have to say, having fought some of these battles myself, it is difficult to keep tabs on everything that's going on. Changing the tactics, making sure you've got reinforcements coming in, make sure your troop placement is correct, making sure you've got primary and secondary cohorts in the right places, making sure your composition's okay, making sure your commander's in the right place. It's a challenge. I'm not sure about the tactic system, to be honest. Maybe there's something about it I'm not understanding. It does... It seems a little arbitrary. Like, sometimes it's just guesswork and you either get lucky or you don't. But I really shouldn't be critiquing or praising it. That kind of counts as a review, so... It is what it is what I'll say. You can judge for yourselves. 26,000 Thracians. Oh, if Phrygia sees this... If Phrygia sees that, there are no morale. Okay, so what he's doing right now is interesting. You'll see he's kind of beckoning. That's actually one of the new stances. So one of the new stances in the game, let's actually just switch over to Thrace real quick so I can actually click on him, is reorganize. Unit reorganization. You can pay 5 military points to reduce your movement speed by 33%, increase your reinforcement speed, so you can reinforce your numbers, by 25%, increase your morale recovery by 10%, and double your maintenance. But this is really good for recovering after a quick battle, or if you've just hired mercenaries, by getting them combat ready faster. See the morale jumps that they tick up every single month. And it looks like Thrace is going to try and blitz these 3 down while distracting this lot with something else. And they're doing the same over here. Reorganizing. It's also another way of like rebuilding your forces ready for an attack, because you get the reinforcement bonus. And the other thing you should know about the reorganization is you can only do it in your own owned territory. You can't do it in controlled territory. So even though Thrace controls all of this, they wouldn't be able to do it there. So the further you drive into enemy territory, the harder it is to do the reorganizations. So your opponent is going to have like the home field advantage. That's actually one of the things I really like about this. Like the reorganization, force march, those are all different stances you can use from the start. And then a couple of others are added later on, like the raise levies, which I assume is another stance. So we've got Phrygia coming in with 30,000, 20,000. That's 50,000 in total versus 39,000 with another 12 coming in. I think that Phrygia has been caught out of position here. I think that this is going to be an easy Thracian victory. Stances are the same. They have changed away from bottleneck. No, Phrygia has the morale. So Thrace did not wait long enough for their troops to recover morale. And Phrygia sees, okay, I'm bested here and I'm withdrawing. That's something that Thrace should have been doing way more than they have been. And Macedon is requesting wood. Now, wood is required to build ships, and Rome has conquered. Arcadia should be getting very nervous at this point, although Arcadia, it looks, is also going after Macedon. So having seen the victory of the Romans, Arcadia is trying to expand, which does make sense. I mean, you want to get Corinth at the very least. So we now have 75 ships. Oh, another big battle. 30,000 against 30,000, with another 20,000 coming in. Like, don't stick around for that fight. That's a very bad one. Even though you do have the tactics advantage, it doesn't really give you much of an advantage because your efficiency is 0. And Thrace is coming in with reinforcements, so yeah, I would back away. Although you are doing more damage. Why is that? They do have more heavy infantry. You have the light infantry, which should be ineffective against heavies. And Thrace now actually has the diplomacy. Oh, that's because it's an AI. Okay. That is not actually Phrygia. Naval battle. This is what we've been waiting for. 54 against 75. It does actually look like Phrygia is pulling this one out. 3.8 morale versus 3.8. I don't think these morale bars display properly. Because for this, Phrygia definitely should have less. They're quite far behind technologically. And Thrace lost. They lost only 2 ships. Phrygia didn't lose any, so Phrygia is going to be able to go back and repair. And there is immediately another battle. They were chased down. I think when you retreat at sea, you only retreat 1 province, as just happened there. And they lost another one. So Phrygia, at the moment, has naval superiority. But again, strait crossings work the same way as EU4. If you control both sides of the strait, you can cross, regardless of blockades. Are there pirates in this game? Yes, there are. And in fact, I think we just saw some. Well, if we click on you, again, so we skip away. Let's see if we can find some pirates. There should be some on the coast somewhere. No. Still got Phrygia selected. There we go. Alright, let's find some pirates. There's some. I don't know exactly how they spawn. A port, which is one of these with an actual port sticking out of it, has a chance every month of generating pirates. So there's a 3% chance of piracy near this port due to the number of trade routes. So the more trade you do, basically every trade route increases your chance of piracy by 1%, reduced by the number of ships you actually have in port. So seeing Rome with ships in port over here is going to reduce the chance of piracy. Another thing which should be noted is only a couple of these provinces actually have ports. You can't just land a ship in any old city. There are only a couple that actually have the capacity. So like that island, whose name I've already forgotten, I really shouldn't have, has a port. There are actually relatively few on the western Italian coast. Like a lot of them up here in the north. Not very many for the Romans. They start off with 2 ports. Naples, in fact, I don't think they even start with Naples. I think that's actually one of the Samnite ports. And then where is it? Ostia. Right, let's go and take a look over here. Any more naval battles going on? Let's do this from Thrace's perspective. Thrace definitely holding the naval superiority now, but because they control both sides of the crossing, they can't be blocked. And they have a crossing over here. So naval superiority, useful for denying nobility, but denying mobility, but it won't completely cut them away. And wow, Thrace is getting a lot of war exhaustion. That is gonna hurt. Might want to spend some to burn that down. In fact, what can Thrace do about war exhaustion? I think that's a religious thing. Yeah, invoke Devotio. You can spend 90 military to reduce war exhaustion by 2 points. Interesting that's military points and not religious points, even though it's in the religion tab. Frostfather, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Ah, we were about to get another commentator. Hang on, let me just go and reply to them. Oh. Hang on. Hello.
Hello.
So Druzhnik wants to jump in as another observer, but I'm worried that a rehost would crash things again.
We're about to try Supreme Terrific as well, joining in as a what's it called? Just by going through the normal hot join.
Yeah.
Right? We're going to try hot join first.
I have a problem though. My checksum is wrong. I've tried relaunching. What do I do?
You need to verify your game cache.
Okay.
Yeah, so get Drew's to what's it called? Try hot joining.
Okay.
She's about. Oh, Mordred, by the way.
Yeah.
You might be about to see some Punic Wars.
Oh, finally!
No, you're not. There's only friendliness here.
I've been loving the war against Macedon, and then most recently Phrygia versus Thrace.
Oh, the war against Macedon was a bloodbath, but I managed to start a revolt.
Yes, I did see it was a bit of a bloodbath. And then I noticed Arcadia jumped on Macedon after that.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Good. Clever girl.
Oh, God,
Wow, that was a lot more demeaning than I thought about it. Now I think about
that sounded horrifically demeaning. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just.
I was wincing there.
Oh dear. Whoops. Sorry, Rose.
So yeah, how did your war with Macedon go? While I've got you here in chat, anyway. In fact, I'm going to drag you into the commentary thing, so we're not interrupting.
Okay, fine, no worries.
Yeah, we'll go to general. Couldn't quite reach commentary, so we'll do general.
Okay, that's fine. So yeah, it was. Hold on, I need to pause the game anyway to allow Druzhnik in. It was painful. It really is.
Yeah.
There was a little bit of graphics like hampering me a bit. Because basically within the mountains I couldn't see enemy armies. So I'd be like, okay, I'm taking this combat. There's this I'm holding this. It says I'm going to win, and then suddenly it would change, and there'd be an extra 20k men there, and I just kept having to retreat. And because there was no forts between basically Bosnia and Pella, the Macedonian capital, it was all just falling in and out of hands. It was really hard to get war score.
Yes, I did notice that. There was a lot of back and forth.
So I just pieced out after gaining a foothold, and I've since been building roads in said foothold and forts. So that's where I'm going. I'm actually looking at threatening war against Carthage first to see if I can get...
Sorry, I just want to report one thing I just noticed. Phrygia has actually succeeded in bleeding all of Thrace's manpower. It's all gone. They had like 60,000 to 10,000 and completely bled dry. So what looked initially to be a very one-sided war. Phrygia looks to be fighting back and may actually win. And Phrygia's also
Who
seizing
unpaused it? Who unpaused it?
naval superiority.
Somebody unpaused that game then while she was loading in.
Yeah, Druzhnik left. Oh, let's bring you into the commentary box.
We were paused for a reason.
Hopefully there are some broken things.
Yeah. Strangely enough, I can't threaten war for a province that I actually want.
How much manpower does Phrygia have? They have minus 12,000, while Thrace is on minus 4,000. And I'm pretty sure at this point that Phrygia's armies are just bigger. And this was a war of Thracian aggression, so...
No, that's right.
That's one hell of a turnaround, though.
Oh, it does. It shows you. Apparently, I can only threaten war over places in Carthage's capital province. So I'm going to threaten war over Ubon.
You joined the right time to join. You chose the right time to join there, Druzhnik, because yeah, big things are happening. We have it. The Punic War. Rome and Carthage are at war. We have another player war.
Oh, he declined. Oh, yeah, no, yeah, this is it.
It's a war. And there we go. Punic War. Punic War!
Sicily should also be declaring his own war.
Good evening.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
I have a co-commentator.
Are you in the have you loaded in?
Yes, I'm in. I can see everything.
Okay, cool. I can unpause it then, and you shouldn't go out like a sync.
Hello.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Success.
That's a win.
Hey, Slayer.
Nope.
No, crashed.
No.
Yeah, see, that's the problem we've been having all afternoon. Well, all day, really.
Yeah.
I see.
Hot join's a little bit bugged at the moment.
Well, I'd be okay with a rehost. I mean, we've got an hour to run, and I definitely want to see this Punic War, so I think it's worth it.
All right.
I just got here at a perfect time then.
Yes.
Okay.
Nice.
Yep. Okay. If we've got multiple players coming in, we'll save and rehost. Can you tell everyone? Mordred?
Yes, we'll do. Hello. Just saying that we're going to do a quick rehost, Rose, if you're there.
Or are things going crazy there?
We're going to do a rehost, so anyone who wants to join the game is going to be able to. We've got like 3 players.
Perfect.
Alright.
Alright.
Okay then.
Final hour rehost.
Let's save it though.
Yes.
Last few minutes.
And the Punic War is beginning! Huzzah!
Yes.
Oh. Yeah, huzzah!
Right. Okay, stepping out and reload.
So Thrace and Phrygia's war's been very interesting to watch. I've been having a lot of fun with that one.
That's good to hear. Oh god, I'm gonna have to end the stream again because I have to redo the
Aldra's happy, clearly.
OBS. If I have OBS open, I can't open the game.
I mean, problem is that when this crashes or I quit it, OBS starts streaming my bloody desktop. That's the idea.
Oh.
That's game capture. It's great.
Right,
I'm using game capture and it's
back in a
still
second
fine.
while that reloads. So yeah, chat, I'll be back in just a second. Don't go anywhere, it's going to be reloading soon. Probably. I'm going to leave it with something on the screen, otherwise it's literally going to be a black screen. I don't want to leave it like that. And this sounds really weird. I have no idea what my voice level is like, because I don't have my headset, so it's hard to self-modulate. Am I shouting? Am I whispering? I have no idea. Right, I think something's happening now. Hopefully you'll see some of the nice little loading screens appearing. In fact, you know what? I'm just going to do that until I'm back. Just so there's not a black screen. Or that. That's a better one. We'll do that.